Welcome all to the Nameless Channel, where we tell spooky stories safe for all ages. Please like and subscribe, but most importantly, enjoy the story. In a quiet corner of the city that never truly sleeps, there's a diner that stubbornly remains open into the wee hours of the night. It's one of those quintessential places with red vinyl booths and a jukebox playing soft tunes from eras gone by. Tonight, amid the gentle clinking of cutlery and the murmured conversations of a few night owls, a solitary woman sits gazing into the unchanging depths of her coffee cup. In the outside world, time rushes by, but in here, it seems to stand still, suspended in the subtle glow of neon lights. The clock ticks idly, and with every passing second, uncertainty grows. The woman, however, exudes a quiet grace, seemingly undisturbed by her solitude. She is perhaps pondering the universe or merely counting the specks in her coffee. Just then, a seasoned waitress glides over, her presence as warm and familiar as the diner itself. With a smile that reassures more than it questions, she tops up the woman's coffee. In a lowered voice filled with empathy and a touch of regret, she relays the news. The awaited blind date isn't coming. The woman gives a small nod, acknowledgement without disappointment, as though she had long foreseen this turn of events. Perhaps it's in the things unsaid, the stories she's worn into her sleeves, or maybe she's just accustomed to the unpredictabilities of life. Moments swirl like the cream in her mug until, unexpectedly, a soft jingle at the diner's entrance signals a change. A man steps in from the cold night air, scanning briefly before making his way to the woman's booth. Despite the lateness of the hour, he wears a broad, unaffected smile. "You're late," she remarks, the question apparent in her tone. To which he calmly replies, "Sorry, something came up, but nothing would stop me from being here with you tonight," with an easy confidence. A dance of conversation begins between the two, fueled by cups of warm coffee and the gentle rhythm of nightfall. Their exchange is filled with understated chemistry, a bond weaving itself with every question and honest answer. As strangers do on such serendipitous nights, they quickly move to ponder things grander than themselves. As the clock edges toward closing time, the conversation drifts to a reflective prompt. What would you do if you had one last night on Earth? The man pauses thoughtfully, his gaze turning inward as he considers the gravity of the question. When he meets her eyes again, his answer is disarmingly simple. "I think I'd go on a date with a pretty woman, and maybe, if the moment felt right, I'd kiss her goodnight." The sentiment strikes a chord, a sweet harmony in its unassuming sincerity. The air bristles with a newfound charge as they rise to leave, stepping into the cool embrace of night. The city cradles their steps as they stroll through empty streets that hold endless tales of their own. They talk and walk as though in a world all their own, where the paths they tread belong only to them, and each step extends their evening. Eventually, they reach her door, a place that marks the liminal space between the memories of tonight and the promises of tomorrow. Standing under the soft glow of the porch light, she recalls his answer from earlier. Then, with a hint of expectancy, she doesn't wait for another cue. He meets her look, understanding in silent agreement, and the space between them closes as they share a gentle kiss, one that is at once both simple and profound. As they part, there is a naturalness about his departure, a quiet assurance in the way he walks off into the night. She watches him go until he is but a small figure against the vastness of the sleeping city, then turns and enters the quiet sanctuary of her home. Inside her room, the events replay, nestled in thoughts woven with wonder. As she prepares to slip into the comfort of her bed, she allows herself a smile, a slight blush painting her cheeks, a revelation of the unexpected joy this night had brought. With this, she draws her covers close, and the day closes its pages gently. as sunlight gently streams through partially drawn curtains. A woman stirs awake, the promise of a new day basked in the glow of yesterday's exquisite memory. Her mind flutters back immediately to the remarkable evening she spent with a charming gentleman. An evening filled with laughter, lively conversation, and an unforeseen connection that lingers persistently in her thoughts. With a soft smile gracing her lips, she decides to seize the moment and reach out to him. Her fingers hover over her phone momentarily before she makes the call. The seconds tick by silently as the phone rings, resonating with anticipation. But there is no answer. Undeterred, she takes it in stride, reassured by the memory of shared camaraderie and promises for future adventures. Gracing her morning routine with tranquility, the woman allows herself to be swept away momentarily, reminiscing about his presence, the warmth in his laughter, the sincerity in his gaze. Time drifts slowly, enveloping her thoughts like a tender embrace. But within this comfort there is a whisper of mystery, a faint, scarcely audible prelude to the unimaginable revelation awaiting her. Later, her phone buzzes. An incoming call, his name displayed on the screen. Her heart quickens, anticipation stirring her spirits. Yet, what greets her on the other end is neither the familiar cadence of his voice nor the expected exchange of pleasantries. Instead, it is the gentle, apologetic voice of a stranger. It is with a somber familiarity that the stranger relays the unfathomable news. The man she had known so briefly, yet so profoundly, has passed away. Stunned into a delicate silence, she offers her condolences, her voice trembling under the weight of disbelief. She recounts softly, almost absently, the joyous time shared the previous evening, a fragile testament to his vitality, to the vividness of his being. In response, the stranger pauses, a silence steeped in the gravity of what they must reveal. With a voice that is careful yet firm, they explain that he could not have been with her last night, for he was lost to the world yesterday morning in a car accident. Their words unfold like the slow unraveling of a shroud, draping her realization in an icy veil of incredulity. The conversation concludes, leaving her cradled in an expanse of solitude, filled with echoes of uncertainty and echoes of an experience now rendered surreal. Her mind returns again and again to his presence, an echo resonating through the chambers of her memory. And then she recalls with stark clarity his words spoken under the stars, a moment bound by a curious sincerity. What he might choose to do if it were his last day on earth. The thought now rises before her, vivid, as if hearing them spoken again. She thought nothing then of the whimsical nature of such musings, but cast in this new light, they resonate with a profundity that swells her heart and tempers her sorrow. In time, the mystery mingles with acceptance, a tender solace emerging from the tapestry of memories. She understands now that the essence of their encounter transcended the boundaries of time, a miraculous intertwining of fates. In this strange intersection of reality and the inexplicable, she finds a quiet strength, honoring the memory of a man she knew so briefly, yet so thoroughly. As the day unfolds, she is a little gentler with herself, allowing this extraordinary tale to become part of her own narrative. It stands as a testament to the mysteries of life and the ineffable beauty found in fleeting moments. With this understanding, she surrenders to the day, heart warmed by the invisible bonds that connect us all, even in the spaces between life and its poignant mysteries. Thank you all for listening to tonight's story, and let us know in the comments of any ghostly encounters you've experienced. Please enjoy another video, and as always, have a spooky night.